Hello and welcome to another edition of Air Force Basketball with head coach Dave Pilipovich. I'm Brian German, and of course the season hasn't started yet, but we've had a few shows and some fans are writing in some questions. And Coach P taking the time to answer some of these questions. Let's go ahead and get right into it, Coach. First, Mike from Colorado Springs says he's looking forward to a great season. He can't wait to see the team in action. But going into your first full season as head coach, can you talk about some of the defining characteristics that you'd like to instill into this program, and what is your philosophy as a coach?
We talked to our team about being the best conditioned team in the Mountain West Conference, the hardest defending team, the toughest defending team in the Mountain West Conference. And we want to have the best skill set of any team in the Mountain West Conference. So if you're talking about our team after the game as an opposing coach or a fan leaving, they want to say, wow, that team played hard.
Right.
Wow, that team was in great condition, and they were hard to score upon, and they had some very skilled players out on the floor. So that's what we would like to see in an Air Force basketball team.
So now, kind of there, what is your philosophy? Is that your philosophy, that it starts on that defensive end with the intensity?
We talk to our players, and we talk to them about in the off season and also here in the preseason, we've got to be a better defensive team because hopefully we're going to score points, knock on wood, but we've got to stop some people too. So we've got to be a better team at defending the ball, contesting shots, and then rebounding, not giving our opponents as many second and third shots.
All right, let's go to our second question of the day. This is Will from Littleton. What style of play do you think fits this year's team best to maximize player skill sets and generate successful results?
Probably to play a little bit faster because we have some experienced players. We've got seniors who've played X amount of games and been here for X amount of years, obviously, and have experience. Right. Some younger players, our sophomore class, who've played quite a bit of games as well. Let's see if we can maybe push our opponents to play faster. So let's push the ball offensively in transition. In the half court, let's be harder and faster and quicker in our cuts. Okay. And we think we're a better shooting team than we were last year. The amount of time we put in this summer and the postseason last year and the preseason, we're shooting the ball. Now it's practice, but we're shooting the ball. It's practice, but we're shooting the ball a little bit better than we have. So if we can push the ball, get our opponents to get on their heels defensively and make some perimeter shots, and I think we're going to be okay. And then be harder to score upon defensively on the other end.
Certainly. I was going to say, let me ask you, though, because I'm sure you'll be asked this by everyone coming into the season. Are we still running the Air Force offense, the pseudo-Princeton offense?
We are. Tweaked it a little bit to fit our personnel, which is a great question right here, and to utilize our skill set and maybe our better perimeter shooters, hopefully we'll put on the floor this year. But we are. We like to call it the Air Force offense, and we have experience in it, so I think hopefully we can use it to our advantage and maybe, as I said, tweak some things where we can get even some more of an inside presence this year than we had in the past.
Do you have to tweak it when you have a player like a Michael Lyons who maybe can score a little bit more points than the other players? Do you have to tweak it to cater to that a little bit more? Or?
You want to, because you want to play to his strengths. Sure. And his strengths sometimes maybe are getting early opportunities to score or maybe getting more offensive opportunities off the bounce. Right. And utilizing his talents. So we will do that. And then also from a Taylor Brookites who can post and score inside, but also to a Todd Fletcher. We tease Todd all the time. We said if he was 6'9", he'd be in the NBA because he's one of our better inside post scorers. So we want to utilize their opportunities to score to their strengths as well.
All right, sounds good. That's the two questions for the day. But continue to look at us here on GoAirForceFalcons.com. We will keep putting up shows every week with more of your questions being answered by Coach P. Until then, we'll see you next time.